What's up guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to show you something that you need to service on your RV that probably gets overlooked quite a bit, so stay tuned. So the appliance that we're talking about that a lot of RVs come with nowadays is the electric fireplace. Now we use our electric fireplace a tremendous amount. When it's cold out, or if it's just even a little cool out and it's a little chilly in here, we can kick this thing on. It'll warm the RV up very, very quickly. It does a fantastic job. It saves us on propane. We don't run this at night while we're asleep, but anytime during the day, if we need to warm the RV up, we're going to run the electric fireplace. Now, they don't require a tremendous amount of maintenance, but we've never pulled this one out. You know, an RV gets a lot of dust, collects a lot of dust inside of it, especially if you're full-time when you're in and out of it all the time. So what we're going to do today is pull this out, and we're going to clean all the dust out from behind it and really show you guys what you need to be looking for and how to pull this thing apart and get it clean. So to get this fireplace out, this is the Everlight fireplace that came in our 2019 Grand Design 28BH. First thing we have to do is get this outside trim piece off. The way that's going to come off, you're just going to pull your drawer open just a little bit, and you're going to grab this frame from the bottom, pop it up, and then it pulls out just like that. Now once you get that off, you're going to see you have screws, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. So we're going to take our drill, we're going to go ahead and pull those screws out. Alright, now that we have the screws out, you're going to see this thing just slides out super easy. I mean, there's really nothing to it at all. Now you can see what's behind here, which is just an empty cavity. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to seal this hole up. This goes right down to the underbelly. So you can see, as usual, they drill giant holes to get very small wires through. So we're going to go ahead and seal this up while we're in here, just to prevent anything from coming through there, and it's going to keep us from having cold air come up through here also. And there you go. I mean, the fireplace is out. We're going to go ahead and open up the back, and then we're going to vacuum everything out to get all the dust out of it. Alright. Screws out. Let's open it up and see what she looks like on the inside. So here you can see the wheel that turns to give us our flames on the front. But the main thing we're looking for is make sure this thing is not super dusty. Make sure there's not a lot of dust on our temperature sensor up here in the top. And just kind of check our connections, just make sure everything's tight. Like I said, we use our fireplace a lot, so we definitely want to try to keep this thing in good shape. And I'll tell you what, for never having pulled this thing apart, it looks pretty good. I mean, it definitely has some dust down in here, so we're going to go ahead and vacuum that off. But overall, it looks really good. There's our fan. Go ahead and vacuum off all this around here, get this dust out. Come right here on the top, go ahead and vacuum off this. And vacuum off our door. The other thing we're going to check while we have it out is we're going to check these connections right here in front of our motor. We want to make sure those are tight. Those are going to go to your heating element. So as much as these things get bumped down the road, it's a good idea just to check all this and make sure that everything's tight, everything's spinning free. It looks like our wheel, looks like we're in good shape. From there, we're just going to put the door back on, put the screws back in. Alright, now we got the back all buttoned back up, all the screws are back in it. We went ahead and vacuumed out in behind it. So we got that cleaned up, we cleaned all around, vacuumed all around, got all the dust around the edge. So not a tremendous amount of dust inside. As you can see, it wasn't super bad. So the main area that we saw the dust was really on top and kind of on the front here where our outlet is. So we vacuumed all that down, and actually we can reach this top section here. We can reach this and obviously the front, but we can reach this without pulling the whole unit out. We just have to pull out our drawer here, and that gives us access to this whole top. But you still can't reach down behind it to get all that cleaned out down there. So, you know, is it something that we'll probably do all the time? We probably won't pull the whole thing out all the time. Maybe once a year, pull it out, clean out the dust behind it. But like I said, as much as we use this thing, we want to make sure that it stays in good shape. And we definitely, you know, we don't want to start getting that burning, dusty smell. I've heard that it could be a fire hazard if this thing is really full of dust. But, I mean, I think you would have to have this thing absolutely packed full of dust before it would actually become a fire hazard. I feel like a loose connection or something like that would be probably more likely to cause an issue. So that's why we wanted to take the back off and get inside there and check all those connections just to make sure that we were 100%. I mean, if you're going to pull it out, you can see it only takes a couple extra minutes to just pull the back off and just check your connections, make sure you're good to go. So now we're going to go ahead and don't forget to plug it back in when you stick it back in the hole. So we're going to plug it in now, and then we'll put it back in. Not heavy at all, easy to manage, easy to handle. Put it right back in the hole, put our screws back in. Now just pull this drawer out a little bit. All right, and there we go, back in business. You know, this thing is sealed up pretty good. There's no dust that really can get inside this glass, so didn't worry about trying to get inside and clean the inside of the glass off at all. We keep the outside wiped down really good, but just feel better knowing that there's no dust or anything back there. Again, super easy to take out. You know, really not a big deal at all, and something that is just one extra step, give you a little bit more peace of mind as you use this thing. If you use this thing as much as we do, just to know that everything's clean and it's 100%, it's going to work the way it's supposed to. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Very, very easy piece of maintenance that I highly recommend doing at least once a year just to make sure everything's 100%. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys down the road.